From Wilt Chamberlain, who allegedly claimed to have slept with 20,000 women, to Ben Mccleur, who found himself in the headlines over a disturbing incident, the NBA has been no stranger to players whose personal lives have stirred major controversy. Mccleur, for example, insisted during the investigation, "She didn't show any signs of distress or discomfort and didn't give me any signs at all." And then there's Dennis Rodman, who once accidentally broadcast his explicit activities to the public. These stories, among many others, make up 18 of the wildest and most notorious tales of sex-driven scandals in NBA history. We start with the legend who turned his alleged sexual exploits into one of the most sensational career talking points, Wilt Chamberlain, in what might be the boldest and most unverifiable claim in NBA history. Chamberlain stated in his 1991 autobiography, A View from Above, that he had slept with 20,000 women. The claim was so outrageous that it instantly sparked intense debate and analysis, captivating basketball fans decades later. According to Chamberlain, he had been with over 20,000 women by age 55, which would mean he averaged approximately 1.2 women per day since his teenage years. The sheer mathematical implausibility was clear to anyone who calculated the numbers. Yet the statement became one of the most discussed aspects of his legacy. The claim fit perfectly within Chamberlain's larger-than-life persona, already established as one of the most dominant and charismatic figures in basketball. Known for his incredible athletic gifts, record-shattering scoring performances, and magnetic personality, Wilt always thrived on attention and controversy. Public reaction to his boast was immediate, and polarizing. Some fans viewed it as an extension of his legendary status. Another arena in which Wilt the Stilt dominated, while others considered it a tasteless and inappropriate brag that cheapened his basketball achievements, reducing him to a caricature of hypermasculine sexuality. Next is the bizarre, unintentional, and almost comedic scandal involving Dennis Rodman. True to his unpredictable nature, Rodman managed to stumble into one of the strangest sex-related controversies in NBA history in 2010. During a party at a New York hotel, he accidentally left a microphone on while engaging in explicit activities with multiple women. This technical mishap broadcasted intimate details to anyone within range, creating an unbelievably awkward scene. The incident was both scandalous and absurd, perfectly embodying Rodman's career-long reputation for outrageous behavior, unconventional lifestyle, and constant brushes with controversy. Although the incident involved consenting adults and had minimal legal consequences, the embarrassment was enormous. The moment was widely reported in the media and became the subject of relentless jokes and commentary. Then comes the case of former lottery pick Ben Mccleur, whose career and freedom unraveled in 2021 after he was accused of assaulting a 21-year-old woman in Oregon. The seriousness of the allegations was compounded by the long, drawn-out legal process that took 3 years to conclude. The victim, whose identity remained protected, bravely came forward to authorities, while Mccleur maintained his innocence. In the early stages, saying the woman showed no signs of distress or discomfort, the evidence mounted against him. In 2024, after a lengthy legal battle, Mccleur was convicted of first-degree sexual abuse and other related crimes, one of the most severe criminal convictions ever handed to an NBA player. He was sentenced to more than 8 years in prison, effectively ending any chance of returning to professional basketball. Furthermore, Mccleur was ordered to register as a sex offender, a lifelong designation ensuring his crimes remain public record. Another disturbing case involves rising NBA star Zion Williamson. The New Orleans Pelicans phenom, once hailed as a generational talent, became the subject of a 2024 civil lawsuit in Los Angeles, with allegations stretching back to 2020. An unnamed female plaintiff accused Williamson of sexual battery and domestic violence in what she described as an abusive relationship lasting from 2018 to 2023. She claimed the abuse was not an isolated incident but part of an ongoing pattern, continuing even as Williamson's NBA career flourished. The lawsuit was filed shortly after Williamson signed a massive $197 million contract extension, highlighting the high stakes involved. As of July 2025, no criminal charges have been filed, and the case remains unresolved. Next is former Lakers star and longtime coach Byron Scott, whose reputation came under heavy scrutiny due to allegations filed under California's Child Victims Act, law allowing adult survivors of childhood sexual abuse to seek justice decades later. According to the lawsuit, Scott allegedly assaulted a 15-year-old girl at a 1987 high school event. At that time, Scott was a championship-winning Lakers star, and the plaintiff was a vulnerable teenager. The allegations paint a troubling picture of a power imbalance, with a famous athlete allegedly exploiting his status to gain access to a minor. As of 2025, the lawsuit remains unresolved, and public details remain scarce, leaving a cloud of uncertainty over Scott's legacy. Ruben Patterson's scandal, however, resulted in a criminal conviction. In 2000, Patterson attempted to rape his child's nanny at his home, The victim reported the assault, prompting a swift criminal investigation. By 2001, Patterson pleaded guilty to attempted rape, a plea deal that likely spared the victim from a lengthy trial. His sentence included mandatory sex offender registration, a lifelong restriction that impacted his personal and professional life. While Patterson continued playing in the NBA afterward, his Kobe Stopper nickname became overshadowed by the weight of his criminal record. Former NBA MVP Derrick Rose also found himself embroiled in a serious legal battle. In 2016, a woman filed a civil lawsuit alleging that Rose and two friends had drugged and raped her in 2013. She sought $21.5 million in damages, claiming she had been incapacitated and unable to consent. Rose's legal team argued the encounter was consensual, presenting text messages and other evidence to support their defense. The trial included graphic testimony, but the jury ultimately ruled Rose was not liable. The verdict was controversial, with critics questioning whether his fame and aggressive defense tactics influenced the outcome. Some scandals have gone beyond individual players to implicate entire organizations. In 2018, Sports Illustrated exposed a toxic workplace culture within the Dallas Mavericks front office. The report revealed years of sexual harassment, discrimination, and hostility toward female employees. At the center was former team president Teradima Usuri, accused of persistent sexual harassment. While owner Mark Cuban wasn't accused directly, the report stated he was aware of the misconduct and failed to act, prompting widespread criticism. Usuri resigned, the NBA mandated workplace reforms, and Cuban donated $10 million to women's organizations in an attempt to repair the damage. Another major organizational scandal erupted in 2006 when Anucha Brown Sanders filed a lawsuit against New York Knicks president and Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas, along with Madison Square Garden. She alleged sexual harassment, including unwanted advances and derogatory remarks, as well as a frat boy atmosphere at the workplace. The case went to trial in 2007, and the jury sided with Brown Sanders, leading to a $1.5 million settlement, one of the largest workplace harassment settlements in professional sports history. Finally, there's the infamous Gold Club scandal, which linked multiple NBA stars to an Atlanta strip club under federal investigation for racketeering. Testimony revealed that players, including Patrick Ewing, Larry Johnson, John Starks, Reggie Miller, and Dennis Rodman, had received sexual favors from dancers in exchange for large payments. Ewing admitted under oath to receiving such services, making the scandal one of the most explosive examples of widespread player misconduct in league history.